Hello, everybody, and welcome to Kick Conflict to the Curb, the place that growth-minded people come to improve relationships. How do we do this? So they transform from not knowing how to start a tough conversation all the way to feeling confident using their voice without losing their cool. I'm Joyce Weiss, your host. And every week I bring in thought provoking leaders. They talk about their experiences with bullies, with bad bosses, onboarding, how to keep their employees in direct reports from leaving their company. And in a couple weeks, I'm going to have somebody come up and talk about how it was having a mom that was a narcissist. Well, today I am thrilled to have a guest who I met on LinkedIn, and we've spoken a few times, and we're going to talk about bullying and onboarding. So I'd like to introduce you to our special guest. Logan Vecchi is a practicing HR professional and has been in the field for a little over a year. He graduated with his BS in Human Resources Development from Oakland University in Rochester Hills, Michigan. He's excited to share his experiences and give advice to those who are entering the HR field. Here's a fun fact about Logan. He played guitar since 6 years old, and he's played in front of thousands of people. Welcome to Kick Conflict to the Curb, Logan. Hello, Logan.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Oh my God, the pleasure is totally mine. So before we get into bullies and onboarding, I gotta ask you, you've been playing guitar since you were 6 years old.
Yeah.
So talk to, and you played in front of thousands of people. Tell us more.
Yeah. So I guess the first time I wanted to pick up a guitar was when I heard the song Kryptonite by Throwers Down. Just that opening melody just really, I was just like, oh, Dad, I have to learn. I want to play, And then, yeah, so I've played in like a Christian band, and we would do a bunch of like these camps, and we would do worship nights at different churches. So that was kind of my background in that. It was just the worship music. But it's been a minute since I've done that because school kind of took the priority, between that and work and being involved so much, just like I had to take a step back. So it's kind of where things are now. Yeah.
But it's still there.
It is.
It's in your DNA.
Yeah, my guitar is actually right behind me too.
Oh, that's fun. This was not planned, folks. This was not planned. And Oakland University, just so you know, that's where I attained my master's in guidance and counseling. So it's a good place. So yes. So question number one is, what kind of strategies do you use to successfully onboard new hires?
Really just to make them feel comfortable and treat them as a person. Because I feel that at least in the past when I've been onboarded, even if it's just like a first job, I've had in high school, I wasn't made, to feel super comfortable, and kind of just felt out of place. Just like, okay, what am I doing? So I kind of took that experience. It was like, okay, I'm going to do the opposite, and maybe it'll have a different effect. Just be overly friendly, give all the information that I can for anyone on the first day, and tell them like, hey, if you ever need anything, like you can call me, you can text me, like whatever you need to do. Like I'm here, and just to be that person that they know, and I'm also like the first point of contact that they'll make, and I'm the first friendly face, that they'll see, in the company. So, yeah.
Oh, and you have a very friendly face. And thanks to your experience for not feeling welcomed, that you took that experience and transformed it to, doing a great job as an HR professional. So congratulations to you.
Thank you.
So you're welcome. So how do you and your directors make sure that you listen to your employees? Because this is a biggie, Logan.
Yeah, so where I'm currently working, it's kind of like embedded in our company values. Like, for example, I work in the automotive industry, so one of the things that we look to improve is just making everyone's job easier. And I'm in HR. I'm not on the floor. Constantly. I'm not running the machines or doing any of that. So we look to them. We constantly talk to them and hold meetings. With the team leaders there, and I'll even go around on the floor and ask them just like, hey, how's it going?
Mm.
Like, do you like your job? Like, or do you not like what you're doing? What could be better? Because they're the ones that are doing it. So.
And question, do they, I mean, because those are great questions, very direct. And obvious you're doing it in a way, that sounds like you're caring. And has anybody ever said to you, I really don't like it. I wish I could change. And then if so, were you able to help this person?
Yeah.
And you
So
have. Hmm.
we talked to a lot of the operators on the floor, and a lot of we had a lot of mixed answers. There's like, yeah, like I like my job, but it gets repetitive. After doing this week in and week out. And then we had people that are like, no, this is boring. I don't like this. I want to try this though. So what we ended up doing was we made a survey, and we had all the employees or the operators on the plant floor, just take it during their first and second breaks, and then we kind of gather all that data, and we're just like, they like to be moved around, so it's kind of what we're doing is moving people around, and those who don't like to be moved around, they just want to be in their spot.
Hmm.
Just do that, for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. We keep them there. So we do try, the best that we can, to make sure that everyone is where they want to be at. But sometimes, we can't accommodate, and we do tell them, it's like, hey, I know you want to be here, but we don't. We have people here already that have been doing that. So it's like, I know you don't like it now, but let's just give us time, just to move things around, just so you can be where you're at. Because I don't like, if I didn't like my job, I wouldn't want to do it.
Mm-mm.
So, yeah. So that's
That
kind of.
is great. And then what happens is just by you being open and open with them and authentic with them, that say, hey, maybe not now. And I heard you. That's what I'm all about, Logan, is having people feel heard. People who come to me for coaching, many times they don't even know that they're not heard. They come because of, they want to improve their communication skills, or there's a bully. And then we go deep, 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 deep into their experiences. Really, it's no one really hears me. And that is by you. And I'm assuming directors, do they go on the floor also, or is it just you?
Oh no, almost everyone's on the floor. At different times. We're all really involved with each other. So that is one thing that I do really like, about the place that I work. It's not just me, it's not this, it's not just the plant director or the managers, it's the engineers too,
Oh,
it's the
wow.
purchasers, like we're all really involved, but, since I'm in HR, I really try to, bridge the gap, just for the, just for that, employee, relationship. So that's kind of what I want
Oh,
to do,
my.
and be more of a genuine person. Not like, hey, talking about work. It's like, hey, how are you doing? Like I'll ask them about their weekend,
Mm-hmm.
things like that. So that's just to make it easier.
Well, Logan, you did that to me. Listeners, when we were in the studio, just maybe 10 minutes before we went live, there was a little, I don't want to say lull slash dull, but there was silence for maybe 10 seconds. And Logan, you immediately said, so how's your week going? And that's exactly what you do. I'm sure, I mean, I'm not there, but you're laughing. You did that. It just comes natural to you. Maybe you should have your own show. And,
Maybe, Maybe.
Now, I'm going to be the devil's advocate. I mean, yay, you communicate, your directors communicate. Has either where you worked, has there ever been an issue where the communication was lacking, either here or in a previous job? And if so, tell us about it and how you resolved it.
Yeah. So where I'm at now, I started my new job back in April. So one of my main job responsibilities was recruiting, because I mean we have one other HR person, so it's just them, doing everything. So I was told, yeah, just right now, you'll be doing a lot of recruiting. So there was a little bit of a disconnect with communication. Um, it would either be, I'm hiring too many or I'm hiring too less.
Ah,
Yes. So I went to my boss. I was like, hey, um, I need to be like included in the emails or the meetings, whatever, or just like at least CC me on something. Just like, hey, we need this amount of people here, this amount here. So eventually, we actually have a spreadsheet that everyone who needs to see it, is able to see it, and it gets updated. It has all of our numbers and everything. So now we have the people that we need. I'm in the loop, so
that's it.
yeah, yeah, and that was a pretty quick solution too. So
The thing is, though, you have directors, you have managers who listen to you. Here we go again, back to that same. You were listened to, and also not just listened to. Let's figure out how to fix it.
mhm.
So viewers, whether you're live or whether you're going to be watching this in the future, note to self: speak up if there's a lack of communication. Logan, what's the worst thing that could have happened to you when you brought this up?
Yeah,
I mean,
the
for
worst
real.
thing that's gonna
Yeah.
happen is like, hey, I can't talk right now. I'll give me like 5 or 10 minutes. I mean,
Yep.
as much as like we get in our heads, they're just like, oh, they're this manager, oh, they're this, or they're the director of this. They're people too,
Yes.
like, and they're
Yes.
people first. So that's the way that I approach it. It's just like, it's like they're a human, I'm a human, I have a question, I'm gonna ask
Yes.
it. It's just like, hey, give me a minute. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, so I mean, there's nothing bad that's gonna happen from
No.
I mean, it's honestly encouraged.
Oh,
It
well,
really is.
it's encouraged, and you're doing it.
Mhm.
And now I'm gonna bring something maybe from your past, maybe not. Bullies are one of my favorite topics because most of us have been bullied somewhere, not just on the playground, and then at school, high school, college. No,
Yeah.
probably not college. But have you ever experienced? Let's go to the top. A bullying boss.
Uh, yeah. I
Oh,
mean, I don't
good.
know. Yeah, I don't know if I'd say a bully, but he was
Okay.
definitely not happy most of the time. This was back when I was doing construction, so we're outside in the summer. I think, oh shoot, I did this probably 3 or 4 years ago. What was
Okay.
when I was doing this? So I'm relatively young. It's just like I just needed a summer job,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just expected to know everything. I don't know why. It's just like I've never done this before in my life. Yeah, I mean, everything is just so fast paced, and whenever just like the slightest thing would go wrong, my boss would blow up on me, and all my other coworkers, and then it got to a point where we were in the middle of a pouring like this really big driveway, and just something went wrong. Well, everything that went wrong that could have, and he really lost his cool, and just cuss us out, cause a scene, and then at the end of the day, we're just like, hey, like, I know today was rough. It was really hot. It was almost 100 degrees. You shouldn't be pouring concrete in that heat. Just it's either not going to go well. Well, it's just not going to go well.
Mm-hmm.
So we brought it to his attention. We're just like, hey, I get it. You're the boss man. You're in charge of everything, and
Boss man.
Yeah. like once one thing goes wrong, everything is going to go wrong. But the way that you reacted was not okay. And, we're just like, it's like, we're here working for you, and you and just treat us like crap.
You
And
actually said, you and some of your colleagues actually said this.
oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
all of us did. Yeah,
And
yeah.
he didn't construction. He could have had something. So, and how did he take it?
Yeah. By that time he was cooled down, so he was a lot more understanding than he would have been if we just did it then. So we found the appropriate time, towards the end of the day, we told him how we felt and just like, hey, this is not okay. And as time went on, his outbursts got less and less, and then he would still get mad, but he wouldn't scream at us or But
yes, but what you did, and this is so important when any of us deal with, you're right, he wasn't really bullied, but he had anger issues.
Right.
And whenever we have to say something to someone, the time to say it is not when the eyes are bulging and when there's a lot of anger. You said it yourself. The time wasn't right. You waited for the right time. You said it. He not only took it well, but things got better.
They did. Yeah.
So I mean, shake my hand. You did good. Okay.
Yeah, just finding the right time and just being, just talking, just like an adult to an adult, just like, hey, I appreciate this. And
right.
Something has got to change,
And the right time, that's the bottom line.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put you in, let's say I was a brand new HR person. I just graduated from Oakland University in Michigan, and you meet me at a networking thing. What advice would you give me if I was a new HR person?
Honestly, I enjoyed the job, so just have fun with it and to talk to people like they're people, like just the whole, just talking to someone, as your equal, even if it's your boss or if it's, someone, that you're over, like in terms of title, just level with people. I mean, and I think that goes such a long way, because I mean, like, I want to be treated like a person, so I could only imagine that every other person wants to be treated like a person. So yeah,
that's great advice.
Yeah, just enjoy the ride and talk to people like they're people.
Yeah. And is this something that you did automatically when because you started, you said in April, right? This is a new position. Did you heed your own advice that you just gave me as a new HR pro? Is that what you did, or?
Yeah. I mean, I like to think I was a little bit more shy because it's like, oh, it's my first day, my first week.
Oh.
But by the end of the week, I was leading my own facility tours. I was doing my own orientation and onboarding things. So I mean, I felt comfortable. I think that is super important. Is if just make yourself feel comfortable, and even if you don't, fake it till you make it, because eventually you will, and it'll be natural. But yeah, so,
yes, faking it till you make it. Brand new out of school. I talk about the imposter syndrome on this show. So many, oh my God, am I good enough? Is my degree going to be enough? All these people know so much. Get that out of the way, because they had it too.
Yeah.
They had it too as a new hire. So we all go through it, but we got to stop it. We all have that key to our brain. I got to get a key for a prop. Okay, I'm going to ask you to now. I just love asking this question.
One more. Oh shoot, it was really good.
No,
I can't remember. Oh man, that was good. If I remember it.
Oh, you will remember it, because I know. Let me go. Then do me a favor. I interrupted you, so you interrupt me if you hear. All of a sudden, if the recall, just say, Joyce, stop talking. I got it. Is that a deal?
Yeah. All right.
Okay. So, what words would you tell your 18-year-old self?
Um, all right. When I was 18, I would say kick your butt in gear. Because when I was 18, I had no clue what I was going to do. I honestly, what 18-year-old knows what they're going to do? But I really didn't know what I was going to do.
Okay, I hear you. I hear you.
School wasn't my best thing up until I transferred from Macomb to Oakland, and surround yourself with people that have a drive to be successful.
Mm.
Yeah, like that's what really flipped that switch in my head. In college, I have friends that are in IT, and I have friends that are in engineers, and hanging around them, and then just hearing what all the internships that they did, their networking. I'm just like, I gotta jump on the ball here.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah. So I think that's the thing that I tell myself, and that everything's gonna be okay.
And you surround yourself from people who are growth minded and who have goals. Engineers, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Now, how did you decide HR? How did that happen?
Yeah, it wasn't like a straight path. Like, oh, I'm this kind of person. I want to do this. It was
Right.
I had changed my major 4 or 5 times. And I got to a point where I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna do this. It's like the requirements to get this degree aren't too hard, and I have a bubbly personality, or just an outgoing personality. So maybe I'll like this, and I'm just gonna stick with it. And before I did that, my sister, she was in HR for a while, and she loved it, and she talked to me about it. So then I was like, all right, I'm just gonna do this. So, and then here I am, and I like it.
That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, it sounds like, because whenever I meet new people, because HR professionals, that's my target market. I used to be a motivational speaker. And right before COVID, it wasn't COVID, right before COVID, I got really tired of the traveling and, people are so angry. So I used to always get HR professionals who sent me their direct reports for coaching, even when I was a speaker. And I said, I love HR professionals. They're the glue. I got one right in front of me. You're the glue that sticks the company together. You're the bridge. You've mentioned that a couple times. You did use the word bridge. So, it sounds to me, Logan, like you, for your personality, you're authentic. You're real, it's the same word, and you care, and you've been there, and you're confident. So by you having all of those skills for the operators on the floor, you're doing a great job, obviously. So I wouldn't have invited you if I thought that you weren't. So tell me, would you please come back again? Because you've been a great guest.
100%. I've never done anything like this, and it's so fun. Yeah. Just to talk about things that, are really big in just the HR world, other than my boss, I would. Yeah.
Good. Please do. Cause I love inviting people back when I know that there's more, and there's going to be more experiences since now until the next time you come back. So I do hope that you come back, and I've enjoyed having you as a guest. And Logan Vecchi, HR professional down there, thank you so much for coming, and I look forward to seeing you again.
Of course, and thank you so much for having me. It was a very cool experience.
Tell me what was cool about it.
Just being asked like just these tough and genuine questions. Like I know bullying in general, and just in the workplace is like that happens everywhere. It happens where I work at. That's a thing that everyone deals with. So just for that subject to be talked about, and then just for anyone who's listening, just like, oh, I never thought of it like this, or oh, I agree with that, or even no, I disagree. Like it allows that openness of the conversation. So.
Oh, good. Well, you're so easy to interview. So thank you for that. Not that I needed to hear it. Well, until our next visit. Thanks.
Until next time.
Yes. So I hope that you enjoyed our interview. I know I did. Logan has a lot to offer to his company and to future HR people also. And I know until next time, I'm going to end with a saying that I use all the time on my videos. If you've seen me on LinkedIn, YouTube, or on Facebook, I always say, you get what you tolerate. And feel free to send me an email, joyce@joyceweiss.com. If you feel you'd like to be a guest on the show, or if you have any questions that Logan and I brought up and maybe something happened to you and said, I'd like to talk about that, please reach out. Well, thank you so much. And until next time, you get what you tolerate.